At this time, I just personally want to welcome you all. I want to thank you all for trusting us with your children. It's been truly a magnificent year watching them grow throughout the year. Pretty sure you all remember they come in the first 2 days of school. You're bringing them into pre-K 3. They're crying. You're mad at me because I'm saying you have to leave by 9:30. And you're like, can you please do all day? I'm like, no, we make it worse. But here we are, we have 5 days left, 4 days left, so I'm going to say 178 days. Yes, 178 days into your little ones. Still little, but you watch them grow. And hopefully you watch them grow enough that they're learning, that they are being more social and just doing many things that they weren't doing when you handed them over to us. So personally, I want to say thank you. With that being said, I do want to get something out there. A lot of parents are asking, what classroom is my pre-K 3 darling going to next year? And to that I tell you, it is a process, ladies and gentlemen. We're working on the process, and we are currently working to have the room number that your child will be in next year. With that being said, I want to put something out there just to be honest. In pre-K, we need to make sure that we have a balance of young ladies and young men. So now what our teachers do is they place your children and any incoming students that we have, and we make sure that it's balanced. All right? That's the way the district on it. That's the way we have to do it. With that being said, last year, a few students in the summer left, and we had to consolidate a class and move a couple students, and some of the parents were upset. Trust me when I tell you, every decision that I make, every decision that we make here at Cordero is for what's best for your children and our students. Before we make any decision, I'm sure a lot of you heard me say before, I'm a parent as well, and I wouldn't want something happening to my child that I'm not aware of. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, that this year we do not have to consolidate, but I do want you all to enjoy your summer and have a peace of mind that your child will remain in that classroom. If we have to make any changes, I promise you, you will get a call from me, one of our clerks, or Mrs. Valdora, and say, listen, just want to give you a heads up, your child, we have to move to this. If I can give you an option, or if you have a name and that space is open, at that time, I promise I will try to make it happen. So hopefully that makes you feel better. So let's keep that in mind. The other thing is, even though we have a moving on ceremony today, does not mean today's the last day of school. The last day of school, as you all know, is the 25th. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are half days. So feel free to send your child into school, or feel free to keep your child at home. But after today does not mean that they may not come back. So I'd like to put that out there. It's kind of warm here. Hopefully you're all staying with us for pre-K 4 next year, as we are expecting a new auditorium. Finally, this is my night. Yes, let's see a nice hand for that. So I believe I've said everything you tired of hearing me. Once again, thank you, and thank you. At this time, please let's welcome our pre-K students as they enter the auditorium. I already said it. Once the ceremony is over, go into your child's classroom and enjoy refreshments. Thank you. Mr. Gomez? to